Hello everybody, this is Hell. Making a video about my ships. Woo, all the ships I made in the past like year. So this would go back to before, I think, May 2025. So here's the Golai overclocked. Not my ship, it was made by Alpha, Zitanium, XYZ, Dragon Cooperative, the Golai. But I upgraded it, I removed there was some PD here, and I added some overclocking because the ship had room. Then onto this one. This is my double OCDC overclocked boost thrusters. I hadn't figured out exactly how to use boost thrusters. Don't use them like this. You should have them on the outside because you'll boost, right? Here's the dredger. What's the word? This was made before they increased the cost of these in terms of command points, so it doesn't actually function. I've made a functional version since, but yeah. It's an interesting little ship. Has just standard LCs, 2 jet cannons, and 3 disruptors in a... It's very symmetrical, but also asymmetrical, which is kind of funny. And this kind of bulbous design is actually not very uncommon for Cosmoteer ships. I think one SOTD recently. Here's Sprocket OC, again overclocked. Boost thrusters. Here's the very first overclocked small cannon ship that I made. Notably, this doesn't work anymore because it only has 2 of those, and they increase the amount of heat the OCSC has. So this doesn't work, neither does this one. This is one I've shown in a couple of videos, these reactors. Nah. What I should have done is just like have a medium reactor and then a bunch of capacitors, and then maybe even more shields. It doesn't really matter. Here's the Candle 3, so still have reactor spam, but it's a bit less, just a bit less. No shields this time, which is actually a bit of a problem, and I mean, like a shot can go through there into the cockpit, and there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and a bit things of HP. Like that's hundreds of HP, so that's not good. I probably should armor this place more up. Anyway, this is Candle 4, so OCSE, overclocked disruptors, I think. I believe these are overclocked. I can check. Nope, they're not overclocked. Yeah, and that's fairly simple setup. Bit weak over the engines here. Notably, these and these and these are meant to be reinforced, but they aren't right now because this was built back when the enlarged small shield didn't exist. So that's why that is the case. This is Candle 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5. So once again, this thing doesn't work because it doesn't have enough crew and doesn't have enough radiators. I mean, it has too many radiators and they increase the cost of radiators. These engines, of course, like super vulnerable. But the core here is fairly protected. Yeah, not a major departure. It's mostly that this is large. Oh, they're still medium reactors. What was the difference? I think it's mostly just paint scheme. Past me was weird. Anyway, here's a Flicker Flare OC, which I made, which is based off it's the Vilda ship, which is Flicker Flare. So what I did is I basically just overclocked that, and then I added these. This was for a tournament, which I don't think I won, but it was a really funny tournament. And I also used this to find a bug. There was a bug where the VFX of the OCHL? Yeah, OCHL would hit a ship, and it wouldn't actually deal damage. And that was fun. That was fun. This is not my ship, and I had no involvement in it, but it was made by Mark T07. I don't think they're active in Discord at the moment, but they were like wait, you took my cannon wall idea. Because they were working on this when I had just finished, I think. Might have been this one, or this one. And then they were like, God damn it, I was gonna upload mine. But yeah, it has OCSC. These are just normal LCs, because at this point LC had been nerfed. Continue on. This is the Bombardian. It has OC chain guns, I've got chain guns, I've got shields. Notably it's not a very good design, but the point was that it had so much DPS that it just killed things, and it did in fact have so much DPS that it just killed things. It was pretty funny, because these OC CGs, keeping the name mixed up, they used to be done so you had unlimited ramp up. So it would just keep getting more and more DPS. But the problem with that is that it would eventually jam. And that wasn't like balance or anything, it just jammed. The game could not handle how fast you were firing the shells. So they had to change the overclock, and now OCGGs sucks. So like this ship sucks now. Here's a club, a base sort of like the club. Here's a club shit. There's a club civ. And then this is a protect. And it was all based on this, which is Lee Tollard's Stray Dog, which won SOTD, and I was like, wow, that's a really cool paint scheme. Yeah, it's a really effective ship, but unfortunately, this ship is once again one that can't actually work, because it doesn't have enough heat exchangers. It needs one more heat exchanger at each of these points. But also, this was before overclocked fire extinguisher, so like they could overclock the fire extinguishers, and then like, I don't know, over here put the airlock, as he did. Yeah, so this is a Sprocketoid, and this is also a Sprocketoid, but like improved it a little bit, you know, with overclocking. But there is a problem in that powering the factories is a bit slow. But I mean, it doesn't really matter, because it's like you got overclocked small shields, so you're pretty much not dying in any fight. Here's the civilian version. Yeah, I just made it for fun. I think that's coils, diamonds, and hypercoils, because those are like everything you need in Korea. And here's Protect 1. So, as you can see, this shield format, which is just like busted good. And these OCLCs. When it starts firing, everything starts to glow, which kind of breaks the paint. Okay, I need to set everything to... No, I got to do the deck cannon. Oh, the deck cannon isn't even up. Never mind. Push. I'm forgetting things about my own ships that I built myself. But yeah, this does have overclock boost thrusters, which kinda dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. Yeah, as you can see, the heat system's starting to go, and it kinda looks a bit strange. Fair. It's kind of something I both agree with, but it's also very hard to build around, because you don't actually see the heat unless your system is actively heating up. Here's the Candle 5. So this is just like an upgrade in every single way to the other candles. Now, when I built this thing, I actually did... we did actually have the enlarged swall shield, which is why there's an enlarged swall shield right here. And then everything else is reinforced or normal, because like I can't get a pipe over to here. But it's got 3 large reactors. If one blows, it just like caves out the entire side of the ship. Not great. But as long as this one doesn't go, the ship's usually fine. And with 2 large shields, it's just like, whoa, you're not getting penetrated like ever. Here's a civilian ship I built. It's based off of one of Yugi's designs, Yugi 150. It's like big circular ship design. I was like, okay, that's cool, but what if I like made it a castle? And then I made it a castle. Whoa. speaking of castles, made the Rook Sile, but first I gotta go over like how I got there. This is the Asmodeus by Onii. So as you can see, there's like this sort of module here, like I think that's an overclock capacitor and an overclock factory. See this module, and it's a pretty good module, and I was like, okay, cool, this is cool. I'm gonna try using this in the ship. So I did this. So I got the module here, obviously, some small shields and some big block of armor. And I was trying to do something over here, and this just ended up not working. As you can see, it does not work. I gave up on this as I was building it, because I was like, I do not know what I'm doing. So I went back to basics, and I just like, okay, why don't I just go completely for missiles? So I did. So I made this, the Rook Sile. It's very square. Lots and lots of missiles. Lots and lots of missiles. Got some boost thrusters for turning. Because these MRTs are... oh, they're so slow. MRTs are horrible for turning. But boost thrusters, they go instantly. Though you could also say, why don't I just like have more thrust here and instead do like small thrusters here for turning? But shush. And then I was like really close to beating my first ever career playthrough, and I made this, the Arbalest OC, with overclock railguns and TCMs to cool it down, some extra radiators, and I completely replaced one of these modules. And also, Arbalest is made by Cosmoteer, and it's one of the very, very, very first ships ever added to Cosmoteer, at least for Korea. The Steam release, that is. It's a pretty cool looking ship, and I mean these OC rails are, at the time, were super busted. Super stupid. Here's a smaller ship I made, Sun Angel. This one didn't really work all that well, so I never bothered to fully paint it, but you know, it looks cool. I got some OC small blasters and TRL. Gotta love the TRL, right? Love the TRL. I put some EMPs on, but CMPs didn't do much. Here's an intercessor. The intercessor is made by Vilda. I added some... I should probably have turned that off. You know, I got some overclocked small shields. So basically, when an enemy's firing down here into the barrel, doesn't deal any damage. The main problem actually was that I kept getting hit here. So that's why I stopped using this ship. Here's a starter ship that uses a missile. Didn't really paint it that well, but shush. Here's another factory ship that I built fairly recently. Bit spiky in design. And then finally, my SOTD winner, my most recent ship that I'm proud to put out there, I guess. Agony and Tundra. This is based on the game Ultra Cool, obviously. And it won SOTD. Whoa! It's unique enough that Walt decided to put me on the fridge. Yeah! Walt put me on the fridge. Yay! I got put on the fridge, guys. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. All my ships so far, of like the past like year or so, like I've been building so many ships, but whether or not a ship gets finished, scratch my head. If you do want any advice, you know, take one thing from this video. If you do want to win Ship of the Day, make something interesting. Make something different. This is something different and interesting because it's a dual hull ship with a ion combination, and I also colored it 2 different ways. If you do notice, the left side is like more angular and the right side is... no, the left side is less angular and the right side is more angular. I kind of made some painting mistakes here and there, but shh, didn't see him. I won SOTD, okay, that's all that matters. Hey everybody, if you enjoyed the video, announcement, whoa. On Twitch, I'm going to be streaming actually a Starseeker, 9 PM EST. yeah, be there or something, I don't know. I don't really know how to do these advertisements.